This industry makes more money than movies, music, and sports combined. And guess what? The US and Canada are becoming the biggest iGaming battlegrounds in the world. But here is the crazy part. Most operators entering this market lose money. Why? Because they don't understand the basics. Stick with me, because in this video, I will break down what iGaming actually is, how it's different from casinos the hottest trends shaping 2026, and which business models can actually make you money instead of burning it. By the way, welcome to the very first episode of my new series, How to Enter North America as an iGaming Operator. If you are new here, I am Snehal Bhatt, an iGaming consultant. I work with operators, tech providers, and startups to help them launch and scale in this space. This series is basically your playbook. Every episode, I will break down one critical part of the journey, from market insights to regulations, licensing, tech, payments, and scaling strategies. So let's kick things off with the basics. What exactly is iGaming? Part 1. What is iGaming? Alright, let's start with the basics. iGaming sounds fancy, but it's actually simple. It just means gambling online. Now don't just think about poker or slots. iGaming is huge. Here is what's inside the box. Online casinos, slots, blackjack, roulette, live dealer games, straight from the studio, the biggest moneymaker globally. Sports betting, before or during games. Since the US legalized it, this thing has exploded. Poker, still alive, a loyal community too. Not the biggest money pot, but players love it. Fantasy sports or DFS. Drafting dream teams, competing in contests. However, note that DFS is not always considered iGaming legally in the US. Some states classify it separately as a skill game as well. Esports betting, wagering on video games like lacrosse or CSGO, a magnet for younger fans. And esports betting is still not legal in all jurisdictions. Example, some US states still restrict it under sports betting laws. Lotteries and bingo online, often state-run but moving online and digital as well. Sweepstakes casinos, and yeah, they are a legal cowboy. They run on two types of currency. One just for fun, that is gold coins, and one that can actually be redeemed for cash, that is Sweeps coin. Because anyone can enter for free by mail, they fall under sweepstakes laws and not the gambling laws. Legal in most US states except Washington, Idaho, and Michigan, and California just banned that. Canada, whole different ballgame. More on that in a regulatory episode as well. If it involves money and it happens on your phone, it's iGaming. And get this, sweepstakes sites like Chumba Casino, Pulse have made millions, all while staying in a legal gray zone. Real example, Ontario legalized iGaming in April 2022. Since then, over 70 regulated operators have launched. Think of Bet365, FanDuel, BetMGM, DraftKings. It's now a fully digital ecosystem, regulated by AGCO and run by iGaming Ontario. And Canada's market, in 2024, online gambling earned about $3.9 billion US. Projections shows that it could climb toward USD $5 to $6 billion by 2030, and that's a serious number. Part 2. iGaming versus traditional gambling. So how is iGaming different from walking into a casino in Vegas? Well, think about this. Traditional casinos need physical buildings, staff, licenses, slot machines, tons of overhead. iGaming, you launch a website or app and boom, you can reach players across an entire state or even the whole country instantly. Then there is a speed. Land casinos can't launch a new game every week. Online platforms, they drop new features, titles, promos, and even personalized offers every single day, driven by AI and behavioral data. And the third difference is regulation. Land-based is equal to venue license. And unlike offline casinos, regulators in places like Ontario require tech-first safeguards, geolocation, AML, KYC checks, and personalized responsible gaming tools baked into every login. But here is a shocker. A University of Nevada study found that iGaming doesn't cannibalize land-based revenue. It actually helps it grow. That's why you will see Vegas giants like MGM and Caesars running both resorts and online platforms. Part 3. Global market size. Okay, let's talk about numbers. Globally, sports betting alone makes over $100 billion a year. In Canada, iGaming brought in around $3.9 billion in 2024, and it's still growing. Ontario alone has generated $3.2 billion GGR in financial year 24-25, up 32% year on year. From $82.7 billion in wagers and 1.1 million active accounts. Players spent on an average $278 a month, and 72% of them was mobile. Ontario now accounts for nearly 80% of Canada's regulated online GGR, and it's considered a model for future US state framework as well. In the US, revenues are skyrocketing as more states legalize online gambling. 2026 is projected to smash all the records. And wait till you hear the 4 biggest trends shaping this market right now, because they are not what you expect. Part 4. Current trends in North America. There are 4 trends you cannot ignore in 2026. Number 1. Mobile first. Over 80% of iGaming happens on phones. If your app isn't fast, smooth, and geo-compliant, you are done. App Store rules are strict, so smart operators also use progressive web apps as a backup. Ontario shows the benchmark. Mobile accounted for 72% of play in financial year 24-25. Number 2. AI and crash games. Operators are using AI to predict churn, personalize bonuses, and even flagging the gambling problem. When it's done right, it boosts profits. Do wrong, and regulators step in. Crash games like Aviator or Spaceman. You bet, watch the multiplier rises, and cash out before it crashes. Simple, addictive, extremely profitable. Fast rounds, big suspense, and real-time chat make it feel more like a live game than a slot. Players love the thrill, but that's exactly what worries regulators. It's easy to get hooked chasing just one more win, and even when you win, that rush can lead right back into another bet. The line between strategy and impulse gets blurry fast. Number 3. Sweepstakes casinos. Where gambling isn't legal, Sweepstakes steps in. Sites like Chumba and Pearls uses coin-based economics to operate in grey zones. Legalish, but has a huge user base. Great for early entry, but not sustainable for the long term. Number 4. Tribal power. In the US, tribes control huge parts of the market. In many states, if you're not partnered with a tribal nation, you're not getting in. They posted $1.35 billion net revenue, up 35% year on year, and flipped from a loss to $109 million EBITDA. iGaming alone was $891 million, again up 28%. The full year revenue guidance, $2.7 billion with at least $150 million EBITDA. That's what happens when you nail digital, licensing, and tribal partnerships. More than 240 tribal nations operate gaming in US, and they control access in major states like California, Florida, and Oklahoma. Partnerships with tribes are not just regulatory, they are political and often essential for lobbying and launch approvals. So remember these 4 words: mobile, AI, sweepstakes, tribes. These are the power play shaping the US and Canada right now. Part 5. Market structure. Alright, here is where operators win or lose: the business model. Because this is where most operators burn cash. 2 main parts. Number 1, B2C operator model. Here you own and run the brand, handle user acquisitions, do marketing, payments, compliance. High risk, high reward, and you own the players. Number 2, B2B supplier model. Here you build the tech, the games, the payment systems. You license them to operators. You don't own the player, but safer and still very profitable, and yeah, less glamorous. Then there are shortcuts. A lot of startups start with white label platforms, which is fast, cheap, but low margins. Later, the smart ones move to proprietary tech for higher control. Aggregators like Everymetrics give you hundreds of games in one plug-and-play API, which is great for speed, but margins do squeeze, and brand identity is weak. Turnkey solutions. Basically, casino in a box setup. You get platforms, games, payments, and compliance tools all bundled. Get to the market fast, but you are limited by vendor roadmap. iFrame solutions. The quickest hack. You embed another operator's casino lobby inside your site, ultra low cost and speed to market, but you barely own the player relationship. Some pitfall. Some use DFS, sweepstakes, or skill-based games as a legal workarounds, but regulators are catching on, especially in tight markets like Ontario. And here is the case study to look at. Ontario in Q4 financial at 2026 alone. They hit $903 million GGR. But here is a twist. Marketing is tightly controlled, no mass media bonuses, responsible gaming messaging is mandatory. Affiliates can't do exclusivity deals, and transparency is everything. Finally, the sneaky entry model like sweepstakes, DFS, and skill-based games. Operators often use this to get into the market early without waiting for full legalization. So here is the big picture. iGaming is massive. North America is the hottest market right now. But if you jump in without knowing the rules, you are basically throwing money into a slot machine and hoping for the best. The good news? You are already ahead of 90% of the operators because you now understand the basics. But this is just episode 1. In the next episode, we will dive into the regulatory framework, the number one reason operators succeed or fail in the US and Canada. And if you are serious about this space, events like G2E Las Vegas, SBC Summit North America, NIGA Tribal, and the Canadian Gaming Summits are where the real partnerships and deals happens. So make sure you hit subscribe because that video literally saves you millions.